We are here, it says Louise house. The way that Dovo Chobo had her set up, it was like she had different rooms, so I sort of, like I said, taken a lot of inspiration from her notion and set mine up very similarly, even down to this homepage situation. I really love the sort of widgets that she had here on the top. We've got the little clock there just so you can tell the time. We've got the weather app so that way you can see what the weather's going to be like on any given day of the week, which is really important when you're doing the kind of jobs that I do, which are, you know, outside, or you live near the beach and you want to know if you can go for a surf tomorrow or something like that. It's really helpful to just have a look and see what the weather's like straight away. And then we've got this awesome little countdown calendar here, and every time I read it I get it wrong, and then I'm like, oh wait, I have to sort of interpret this a different way. So I'm going to start from the bottom, work my way up. I think that makes sense. So it's the 11th hour, 24 hours, and that's what day means there. Then we've got the week, so it's the third day of the week. It's Wednesday when I'm filming this. It's the month, so it's the 20th day of the month, and the day of the year. So there's been 293 days out of 365. So that's that little countdown calendar, and it's nice. It's a little progress bar. You can see how much of your day you have left, how much of your week you have left, your month, and your year. It's awesome. And then we scroll down now and we come to the rooms, and we've got the life room here, we've got the studio room here, and the personal development room here. I've taken inspiration from the Studio Ghibli films. I absolutely adore them. They're so gorgeous. Just trying to like get a nice vibe going, you know, make it a nice online space. Very aesthetic and pleasing to look at. Then we come down here and we've got a little brain dump area. If I ever think of anything on my home Notion page and a thought pops into my head, I can write it down here. Okay, let's get into it. So we're going to go to the life page first, and this is pretty much everything to do with my life and who I am and what's going on and all of that business there. So we're here and we start off. We've got some quick links to get to the other rooms in the house. We've got the personal links, so goals and monthly overview. So I'll take you to my goals and I'll have a look. Hashtag goals. And as you know, I don't really set goals. I set themes and sort of loose ideas of what I want to do or what I want my year to be. So I have put that all in this area here, and I've also linked to the video from the start of the year. So that way I can watch it if I, ever forget, but I don't. So you can see 2021 New Year's theme, be present, enjoy the moment as it's happening, not focus on things that are happening in the future. And you can click on these and it drops down here in this moment, as it could be our last. And then if we have a look, we're not thinking about an hour's time, we're not thinking about a day's time, we're not thinking about tomorrow, we're not thinking about next week, next month. We are right here in the present moment, experiencing everything as it is. So that's a nice little reminder for myself if I ever need to come back and remind myself about what's the deal with this year. My decade, because the video that I was reviewing previously was a decade video, so it's just like sort of the ideas and the themes that I want to incorporate over my next 10 years, which are right here. So wake up in the morning and take the time to appreciate where I am, where I've come from, and where I'm going. Take each problem that is presented to me as an opportunity to grow as a person and learn a bit more about myself. Understand that not every day will be the best day ever. Appreciate every single second that I've had on this earth and that I'm going to have on this earth, and prioritize what's important to me, my family, and my friends. So there's a nice little page to come to if I ever feel down and I need a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little reminder of what it is I am here on this planet to do. So go back to live, and then the next one we come to is my monthly overview. Yay! So I've got September here. This is when I started the Notion, so I haven't really had it for that long. September doesn't have much in it. We've got the highlights. I had a physio friends catch up on the 1st. My baby's birthday was on the 4th, not my little baby, my hubby baby, my big baby. Father-in-law catch up. I saw him twice via Zoom and we had some really, really good chats. And little friends catch up on the 25th. And then my lowlights, so I don't only highlight, what went well, but also what didn't go well. And then I've got my reflections here. I always want to improve myself, you know, if you're not going through life learning from your mistakes or reflecting on what has happened and how you can improve and be a better person, then I don't know what is the point really. So yeah, that's what I've written down here. And then I've got my October, which is where we are now, and I'm just slowly writing down, you know, little highlights that come up here and there. Like for example, last week we went to rehearsals for Luna Park. It was absolutely awesome to see everyone again, like so good. We're almost there, round 2. Hopefully it will all, you know, go according to plan and we will be back in the park. My first shift back is supposed to be on Thursday. Nothing happened, okay? Nothing happened. It has been too long since I have danced and performed for people and worked with those amazing, amazing people. So fingers crossed. But yeah, and then again, look at the lowlights, reflections, and what I'll do differently next time. So that's my little monthly overview. And then we come down here and we've got the index. So finances, journal, reading list, food, and the archive. So I'll go to finances. Finances, we already have a pretty elaborate setup based on the Google spreadsheet. So I haven't really done anything in here. I've just linked that Google spreadsheet that we've got going, and then we've got just little things that I write down, like things that I'm thinking about spending money on. So like maybe a Procreate subscription. I am getting into art again, and I would like to do some artwork for my hubby's game that he's developing. So I thought maybe I could get Procreate and do something with that. Maybe do something with Blender as well, I'm not sure. A new computer. Luckily we have fixed this, hopefully, knock on wood that it is actually fixed. A new vlogging camera, that's definitely on here. My hubby has fixed it, but it is, you know, on the way out, so it's on the list. And then high quality watercolors and brushes. I have bought the high quality watercolors, just not the brushes. And then putting my saving goals over here. So we're using the Barefoot Investor system to help us save. And so I've got the different buckets here and the percentages of what we put into those buckets. We kind of tweaked it to suit our own purposes. It's not 100% Barefoot Investor, it's a little bit of our stuff in there as well. For our blow bucket, we've got our daily expenses. 60% of our income goes into there. Splurge is 50%, Smile is 5%. Then we've got our Mojo bucket, and that's the 5 extinguisher. Currently right now it's sitting at a good amount of emergency funds, so we're not putting any of our income into that. And then the Grow bucket, shares, we're putting 20% of our income into the shares account, and then Super is also part of the Grow bucket, and 9.5% automatically from my pay goes into there. So that's how it's all set up. The things that 5% is going towards, so that Smile account that we have there, is a new car, baby's first year, so when we actually have a baby we'll have enough funds for their first year, and then also a holiday and money for my business, which we've already saved up. So woohoo, we're doing well. And then I've also got my Christmas wish list, which will then take you to a Google Doc, and I've shared that with my family because that's how we deal with Christmas around here. So there it is. That's the finances section. Okay, so scrolling back down, we've done the finances. Now we're going to go to the journal. The journal I have been neglecting. I haven't really put any entries in it. Here's one. Cool. I think I was just testing it. Yeah, I tend to use the monthly overview as opposed to the journal, but it's there in case I feel like there's a journal entry or something I want to write, or if I need it. So we are at my reading list. Very sad because I had put all this data into the database that I have down here, and then it just disappeared. So I've got to put that all back in. But it's more than a reading list. It's more than books. It's movies, it's TV shows, it's podcasts, it's everything. So we'll have a look at just at the top. So currently reading The Secret Garden and The Halloween Party. And on my wish list I can write down stuff here, but I don't have anything on my wish list at the moment because I recently got a whole bunch, like a whole stack of books on my Kobo. So just work my way through that. I can do like plus and minus the books that are up here. I think it's a little small, and so the little customization thing comes in the way. Is there a way to make it not do that? I don't know. But yeah, you just plus and minus. Plus, cool, I made it, and then minus the number of books read. And then you've got the database down here. So if I click this, you can see there's articles, books, podcasts, film, TV, and then you can see everything. So I'll switch it to everything. Right, so I've got The Secret Garden in there, so we'll have a look. It's a book. That's the title of it. And if I open this, I've got the author down there, the release date, published date, information via the wiki, and then a score out of 5. I absolutely love this book, so I've given it 5 stars. And then a little comment from myself, a child favorite. So we leave that. I'm currently reading it, but you can change the status. You can change the status to ready to start, reading, finish, listening, watching, etc. And you can type in whatever you want there as your little status descriptor, and it'll add to the list. So in progress, like for example, see, like it'll add that to the list. That's it. So that's the reading list / my database of all the entertainment and media that I consume. And then we've got food, which is very similar. It's a little database as well. I've got my 2-minute noodle soup, and I've also got the link to the YouTube video that I made about it. I've got Mama's chicken curry in there, which I haven't really finished. So you can see that I've got a lot of stuff to add to these databases. Basically, I want to make this a nice, big, beautiful list of all the dishes that I've tried out, created, that I want to try, and have all the links there, and the recipes and all of that, and it'll all be just in this beautiful database collected in one spot that I can reference whenever I want to make something. Yes! Okay, going back to the life. So that should be all of that column. The next column over, I've got little Bob here, tickling his tomatoes. He's such a happy gardener. I love getting out in the garden when I can, next door at the community garden, and just like getting my hands in the dirt, pulling out weeds, planting, watering, mowing the lawn, all of that stuff. So I wanted to put those little cute memes in there. So I've got him up there, and he looks so happy, and that is exactly how I feel when I'm out in the garden. So that's why he's up there. I've got my daily schedule, which is sort of like a rough schedule. It changes from day to day, but this is like basically what I do with my day. So there you go. And then I've got a little quote from Cartman on the right hand side, and a little brain dump area. And if we scroll down, we can see my to-dos for the week. We've broken them up for each day, and man, there was a lot on this week. I can tick that off because I went there. You know, like phone calls, reminders, invoices, appointments, my personal appointments, like basically just everything that I have on gets put in here. It's like my little planner, schedule, things I do not want to forget and I want to attend and need to attend and must attend. That all goes in here, everything. So there we go. That's been very, very helpful. And I am someone who absolutely adores ticking things off lists, so that's why I have it as the boxes, because you just tick it off and it crosses it out, and it just feels so good once it's done. So Wednesday, I'm done. I'm all good. Finished all the things that I need to finish, which is why I'm sitting here chatting to you and showing you my Notion. And then we've got things on the back burner. So these are things that were on my to-do list that I've been meaning to do for a while, but haven't necessarily gotten around to doing them. I've got some spare time, I want to do that. So this is what I got on here so far. Blog articles for website, haven't really started that. I've done a little bit of research, but not too much. So that's sort of like not started. Things in progress, updating my reading list and database. So update the food database. That's all there, that's in progress. I just sit down, watch a movie, and then type away and fill it all in. And Tasmania videos. They are in progress. I am making them. I think I'm up to day 11 and 12. There are 14 or 15 days. So I'm almost finished. I'm just waiting for post-production and on someone to do some post-production for them to be done. But they are coming out. They will be out, and you will get the rest of the trip eventually. So that's it. That's the life room. So we can move on to the next one, which is personal development. And this is all of my personal development that I have to do as being a physio. We're required to do 20 hours a year in order to remain registered and complying to all of the rules and regulations that surround being a health professional in New South Wales, and could be Australia as well. But yeah, this is where I record all of that. So again, we'll go via the columns. I've got my CPD journal here. and this might not be up to date, but it's got a few things in there. So I've got all the courses that I've done, and the type of course they are, whether they're theoretical or practical. The date that I did them is supposed to be in there, and how many CPD hours they add up to is supposed to be in there, but I haven't put it in there yet. We'll get there. Who ran the course? So APA is the Australian Physiotherapy Association, and edX is just a course or a website online that has a bunch of courses from universities and other sorts of institutions like that. Whether I've completed them or whether they're in progress or whether I haven't started them yet. So yeah, that's my little thing that I'm using to track my CPD courses. In here, I'm going to write down my reflections, because you do have to write down reflections on what you learned in the course and how it's improved your skills as a physiotherapist. So that's where those reflections will go. When they ask me for my CPD journal, I'm hoping I can print this page off and just be like, here you go. But we'll see. We'll see what happens when it comes to that. Then I've got underneath, I've got all the courses, and my plan is to put the course notes in these courses. I haven't yet. They're kind of empty. That's the link to the course so I can get to it. But yeah, I need to start taking some notes, it looks like. At the moment I've just been like sitting there and listening to them. But yeah, like CPR, I thought I would have heaps of notes from this, but I really didn't have that many in the end. It was a really quick assessment, so yeah, maybe I'll write down a few notes of my own. And I recently did a Pilates workshop as part of work, and I have written it all down in a notebook. I just haven't transferred it over to the page here, but that is something I will do. And I feel like having it there in the book and then writing it down will help solidify all that information in my brain, and I will better understand Pilates, which is nice. I've got myself a little playlist, you know, a little bit of lo-fi, really calm, sleep, rain, just to help you focus in on what it is you are listening to or reading in terms of your CPD. So I've got that there, and I listen to this one quite a lot, let me tell you. And then another little memo area, just in case I need to, just in case I think of something and I need to write it down, someone tells me about a cool course they did or something like that, I'll write it down there and have a look and follow it up later on. And I've got a little calendar on this side, which just shows me what I got on and when things are due and those sorts of stuff. And that's it. That is my personal development room. The last one is the studio, and this has got all of my YouTube stuff on it. I'm not very big on planning, but I want to get better. I want to start making content, and as life gets more and more busy coming out of lockdown, I think it is going to be very beneficial for me to be able to plan things out. So that is why I've created the studio right here, and of course decorated it with beautiful artworks and studios. I got my Bob Ross there. Happy process. There aren't any mistakes. We've got happy accents. You know, it's all good. Just go with the flow. Whatever happens, happens. So he's right there, inspiring me to, you know, just enjoy the content that I'm making. We've got the calendar again. That's just to see how busy my life is and where I can fit filming in and stuff like that. And underneath that, I've got my ideas dump, which is full and chockers. And whenever I think of a idea for a video, I just come on over to here and I fit it in. And as you can see, I've got lots of stuff all under headings. So I've got lots of like Luna Park type video ideas I want to do, food ideas I want to do, personal ideas, vlogs and travel, art, productivity, organisation, Notion tour, fashion and beauty, and things that I'm working on currently. So that is my little brain dump. I absolutely love it. Really, really useful to just like write down any ideas you have. Oh no, Bob Ross, what happened to you? Other content. Instagram, don't know, it's pretty dead to be honest. I do try and post on there, but there's not a lot happening and I don't know how to get it happening. If anyone has any ideas about how to make Instagram engaging, all I do at the moment is post when I've made a video, but I'd like to engage more, you know. I like to use it more as a platform to be able to talk to you and share ideas and do things together. So yeah, let me know if there is a way you can think of me doing that, and I will definitely get on top of that. Okay, the studio, back we go. Underneath here, quick links just to get to the other rooms, and then what I'm working on in October. You saw the wallet crafting video. I'm working on my favorite spoopy movies at the moment. More on that later. And the Notion tour video. So once that's all done, I will put a green tick next to it, and it is complete. Then we've got the content calendar. So this is pretty cool. With the content calendar, I've seen people who have, what are they called? Partnerships with different companies. You know, when they do their sponsorships and things like that, or their ads in their videos, they've got like lots of deadlines that they have to meet, and they use this calendar to help plan those sorts of things. I don't have any of that. Woo! I'm just free to do, you know, what I want at any old time. And so I just use this, you know, to like plan things out in relation to my life and my busy schedule. So today I knew that I would have most of the day free, so I wanted to get the Notion tour filmed. But then what I can do is I can either create a new box, right? So I can go to here and create a new box, and I can hit Notion tour, and I can change the status to edit. And then that way I can see, like, in my schedule where I can film things, where I can edit things, where I can publish things, you know, work on the thumbnail and all that. So it's just like, yeah, a nice, like, easy planning sort of calendar that you can see and add things to and move around. I really like it, and I might use it in some other areas, but at the moment it's being used in the studio. And I'll definitely be doing that there. So there we go. Okay, and then down here we have a project tracker. Now this is a template that I got from someone, and I don't remember what their name was, but I will find out, and I will put their link down below in the description, and I'll put a card up as well. I'm sorry. I made this a while ago, and it slipped out of my head, but I'll find them. They're easy to find. It was a very meticulous, very detailed project tracker, and I didn't need that much detail in it. Perhaps if I was like one of the bigger YouTubers and I needed to record all that information, it would have been useful to keep it in there, but I did not need all those steps to check off and all of that stuff. You'll see what I mean if you ever download the template. So mine, I've used it, but I've modified it quite significantly just to suit my needs, suit what I need. So let's have a look at one that's completed. So an example of some planning that I've done would be in this spoopy movies one. I have no idea when I'm going to get around to doing this, or like I haven't really figured out the whole concept yet, but I've got some research in there and stuff. So yeah, I've got my title ideas, my keywords, and then you can go to research notes, and you can see I've got so much like research going in here. Like I've got the definition of what spoopy means, and I've got the movies that I've seen or I'm currently watching at the moment, and then I've got ones that I haven't seen but I want to watch. And basically I haven't really sorted out how I want this video to look, but it's there, it's in the progress. It's like mulling around my brain, and maybe I'll get inspired by something and finally like film it, but at the moment no. And then the Notion tour, I haven't really done much on this one either, but yeah, that's my little project tracker, and that I think is my whole Notion. How goes that? Yeah, so I'm so happy with it. It really has helped me keep on top of things and stay organized. That was my Notion. It's super cute. I love it. Oh my gosh. It's such a joy to go on there, and I feel just so much better when I go on there and have a look and see what I've got on today, and it looks all aesthetic and cute, and oh, it's just so nice. So thank you so much for joining me on this tour. If you do have any questions about anything that you've seen today, please feel free to comment or to contact me via Instagram. You can direct message me, or I don't know, comment on one of my videos or something like that. But yeah, that's it. That's the whole thing. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really do. I enjoyed it so much. I'm not sure I'm going to enjoy editing it though. But anyway, we're here. We had a good time, and I hope you did too. I will see you next time with another video. If you liked it, make sure you like and subscribe, and do all those things that people do. And I'll see you next time. Peace out.